He had everything money could buy: the penthouse view, the imported furniture, the car nobody parks next to at the mall. But when the noise of achievement faded, the only thing echoing in his apartment was his own breathing. "I won," he told me, "and I've never felt more alone." Success without someone to share it with is just loneliness in designer clothing. And Home Alone, a movie we watched for laughs, was teaching us this truth long before adulthood ever did. Welcome to Real Inspiration, where the movies you grew up on teach the lessons you grew into. Today's episode: success means nothing if you're alone. Let's go back to Home Alone. Kevin McAllister is done. Done with the noise, done with the chaos, done with being the youngest, the smallest, the most overlooked. So he makes the wish, the kind of wish kids make and adults secretly make too. I don't want to see my family again for the rest of my whole life. And somehow, in the magic logic of movies, the wish comes true. The house goes silent, the rooms are empty, and at first, it's paradise. Kevin jumps on beds, he eats ice cream for breakfast, he watches the movie his parents banned. He's free, untouched, uninterrupted, independent. It looks like success. But then success starts talking back. Soon, the silence changes shape. The house doesn't feel spacious anymore. It feels hollow. Kevin stands in the same rooms as before and admits, "I made myself dinner. I miss my family." He's literally in his house, and yet he already understands. A house isn't a home. A room isn't connection. Independence isn't intimacy. You can have the environment you dreamed of and still feel emotionally starved. Kevin's wish came true, and he realized something most adults learn way too late. Success without connection is just a better decorated version of loneliness. Fast forward to us. In 2023, the US Surgeon General declared loneliness a public health epidemic, not a trend, not a passing concern, an epidemic. But here's what doesn't fit in a headline. It hits the successful the hardest. High earners report feeling alone more than anyone else. Executives are more likely to feel isolated than entry-level staff. Entrepreneurs often hide burnout behind the word grind. We chase promotions. We chase titles. We chase the version of success that looks impressive from the outside but feels empty on the inside. We trade dinners for deadlines. We trade friendships for weekends to catch up. We trade romance for, once I'm stable, then I'll make time. We trade connection for achievement until achievement becomes the only voice in the room. Just like Kevin in that big quiet house, we mistake freedom for fulfillment. But freedom without people is just isolation dressed as independence. Harvard ran a study on adult life for more than 80 years. Their conclusion was simple and inconvenient for hustle culture. Good relationships, not money, not status, not talent, keep us happier and healthier. Kevin learned that in 3 days. Some of us learn it in 3 decades. Now, I'm not here to kill ambition. Ambition builds worlds. Ambition creates art. Ambition moves society forward. Kevin, alone in that house, also became more capable. He learned bravery. He learned problem solving. He learned he was stronger than anyone gave him credit for. But Home Alone reminds us of this. Independence becomes destructive when it replaces interdependence. There's that iconic trap sequence where Kevin protects the house. From the outside, it looks like pure victory. But the real victory is not the perfect trap. It's the imperfect reunion. It's the hug at the door. It's the messy, loud human connection that follows. Success is best shared. Pain is best carried together. Life is best lived linked. Kevin defended the house alone, but he was never meant to live alone. Neither are we. Let's look at where this shows up in real life. The career climber who works late every night. She says no to vacations. She turns down invitations. Years later, she has the title, the salary, the office. And no one she feels safe calling when she finally burns out. The entrepreneur who builds the brand, builds the team, builds the revenue, but never builds the relationships that make the journey meaningful. The strong friend who handles everything on their own. They never ask for help. They're always fine. Until one day, the silence around them feels like a weight on their chest and nobody even knows they're struggling. The immigrant or expat who moves countries for a better life. They end up with better money, better lifestyle on paper, and yet no emotional home. You can succeed your way into loneliness if you're not careful. So, what do we do with this? How do we use Kevin's story to reshape our own? Action step 1. Audit your success metrics. Write down what success means to you, not what the world says, not what your parents said, what you actually believe. Then ask yourself, would achieving this still matter if I had no one beside me when I got there? If the honest answer is no, then success for you has to include people. Action. Step 2. Schedule connection before commitment. Most of us fill our calendars with work and try to squeeze people into the gaps. Flip that. Open your calendar. Put people in first. Dinner, a walk, a video call, a coffee, 10 minutes of voice notes. To friends, connection shouldn't be leftover time, it should be protected time. Action step 3. Tell someone they matter. Once a week. Send one real message. Not, we shall catch up sometime. Something like, hey, you're important to me. I don't want us to drift. Let's stay in each other's lives. That kind of sentence has kept more relationships alive than we'll ever know. Action. Step 4. Build a life you can invite people into. Not just a life that looks good in photos, a life that feels good in real time. Create a home, not just a showroom. Leave space in your schedule for spontaneity, for visits, for presence. Make choices that allow you to say yes when people reach out. Action step 5. Ask yourself Kevin's Santa question. Remember the moment he sits with the mall, Santa, and finally admits he doesn't want presents. He just wants his family back. Ask yourself the same way. If you could have everything, but only one thing, would you choose continued success, alone, or meaningful connection with enough? Your answer is your direction. At the end of Home Alone, when Kevin's mom bursts through the door and he runs into her arms, the movie quietly tells us what success really looks like. It's not the perfectly executed battle plan. It's not the booby traps. It's not the solo victory. It's the embrace. It's the return. It's someone walking through the door and saying, you're not alone anymore. You can win alone, but you can't live alone. This week, make one choice that brings you closer to people instead of deeper into productivity. Call someone, text someone, sit with someone, be someone's you're not alone moment, your future self and your present heart will thank you. You can build a beautiful life. It only becomes a home when someone else is in it.